people. So now it's October 3rd, 2019. I've been noticing, obviously the videos haven't been coming out clear. I thought people that it was these cameras, but I'm transferring them onto my computer. I'm opening them up in, the media players on the computer themselves, and they're coming out fine. They're coming out clear, right? They're not shaky. They're not, none of this crap, right? I convert them over with I have two separate editors, right? We've been through that, right? One saves in a FLV format, and the other one I can do it in a MOV, right? Or something like that. And it doesn't matter, because what's happening here, people, is the videos are being saved by YouTube. We won't go into that one. I don't like this new format that they have for YouTube, because you're clicking more just to get to the same page that you want, right? Like, you're double clicking things here, and I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this, people. Like, I don't like this. They don't give you the full title, right? I mean, you have to go like this, but I don't like that. They're just showing you the likes. Not that it matters with the dislikes, right? But what I like to do every now and then, because I'm Gangstalk, people. Okay, it's really cold outside. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's starting to drizzle, and it's cold outside. And my hand is sore today from working with all that heavy rock and bricks, right? My wrist is sore, right? So I don't know if I'm going to go outside. I need to go outside, but I don't know. I can't, right? I can't get sick. So we'll see. So in the meantime, before I go outside, if I go outside, I'm going to discuss this because, I think this is more than just YouTube taking channels with, what is it called? Less views, which I have, because I'm censored, people. I have been censored, oppressed, shadow banned, whatever, by YouTube for a long time, okay? Because I talk about serious things. Just like those American YouTubers that are, I guess you call conservatives, right? They're not the far left, right? That, want whatever they want. Right? Men having sex with boys, it's okay to, to promote that shit, right? Or just shit in general, people. These more conservative websites that, want solidarity or whatever it is that they're wanting, they're being censored too. Right? Because they speak on the other side of the fence a different kind of truth that the people that seem to run these programs in terms of YouTube, right? Like, YouTube is a very biased freaking website. It used to be okay, but I don't know. I don't know what they've been doing over the last couple of years, but in my opinion, they promote gangstalking. I think they participate in gangstalking. They censor. They find different ways to censor. They shadow ban. They have people come in and flag your videos. They age restrict your videos. They do psychological warfare on you with this thumb down shit, right? Because none of that happened, people, until pretty much Uncle John was medically kidnapped. I didn't get a lot. I wasn't really doing very much. I was starting to talk. I've always stuck up for, the disenfranchised and, the poor and, people being, gang stalked or whatever, right? In terms of like, just whatever, right? But as it started happening more and more to my family, in terms of Andre being illegally apprehended, and I started talking about that, and then Uncle John, it really picked up. Like when Andre was illegally apprehended, and I did all those videos for 15 months, I didn't get no thumbs down, people. maybe one here, one there, but I never got any thumbs down. Okay, that didn't hit until Uncle John was medically kidnapped. And then after that happened, all the videos that I uploaded from that point forward started getting 20 at a time, 20 thumbs down, right? Just out of the blue, you know, GMI came out of the blue, right? I think GMI, get off my internet, you know, because Joan died in December of 2013. Again, they didn't tell John that he inherited money for 14 months. So, you know, they were thinking how they could discredit me and take John, right? To steal John and steal his money. They were hoping that he would die. And then, you know, they just would have kept it, right? And because he didn't die, then they were hoping that he would get sick. And then eventually, because of his age, at 76 years old, with the Surrey flu running around out there, he got the flu. He ended up in the hospital. He got medically kidnapped. And then that's when the thumbs down just exploded, people. And then eventually, over the course of the year, whoever was doing this shit went into my older videos, because I print out, and this is another reason why I don't like this new format that they've got, because I print out under the Classic Studio what's happening, right? So that when it goes to court, I can show how the provincial government of British Columbia, Canada, has put my family at risk to gangstalking by not managing their employees and holding them to account. Right? Andre, turn that down, please. Okay? So, you know, yeah, but now with this new format, you can't really print it. You can't print out the information because, for one, the whole title is not there, and two, because they've phased out the actual visualization in terms of numbers of how many thumbs down are coming in. It's harder to show that you're being gang-stalked. Okay, I'm just jumping with this right now because, you know, I've been racking my brains on how to correct this video quality problem that I've been experiencing for a very long time, thinking that it's these cameras, but it's not these cameras, people. This is YouTube. This is just another form of censorship, and it's apparent that they're applying a lower grade codecs to YouTubers that don't have a lot of views. I've already listened to a couple of people talk about this, right? There's two different types of codecs, and they're assigning the lower codecs to my videos when they're not doing this, okay? Right? Because there's censorship going on. That's what's happening here with me, because I'm not an American conservative, but I'm definitely a community activist who is outspoken where the public union sector doesn't like it, right? And the more the shit happens, the more I talk about it in terms of what happened to Andre, what happened to Uncle John, what happened to Shimei. That's not my fault, people. I did not do these things. It was the public union sector who wrongfully and illegally took Andre. It was the public union sector who medically kidnapped Uncle John and stole his money and locked him up like their dirty secret. It was the public union sector who failed to pronounce Shimei dead and do a proper investigation and put the person who murdered her in jail. Okay, it was the public union sector who embalmed my daughter in a hospital setting after they took out what they wanted. But because I talk about these things and I upload it to a public forum, the police in British Columbia, Canada don't like it. So they contact YouTube, I'm pretty sure, because I've already had videos taken down, not all, just a few, right, with key elements in regards to, one with Andre, where I was talking about when I used to have to go see him, right, in their little freaking supervised visit environment, and just how it was situated with a little courtyard in the middle with all these windows, and then they had a second floor with all these tinted out windows, and in this courtyard were trees, apple trees that were dropping down rotten apples, and they weren't cleaning up the rotten apples. They were leaving the rotten apples, and the courtyard itself wasn't very big, no bigger than my backyard. It's very small, right? So, and then with a scarecrow in there, in this courtyard. So here you are, coming to visit your grandson, being forced to visit your grandson as if, you're a caged animal, right? Being criminalized. You go back into my videos, and I'm talking about this, right? And you've got people up watching through these tinted windows, while you're forced to be visiting your grandson around a bunch of rotten fucking apples and a scarecrow in the month of July, right? Or August or whatever it was. It didn't make any sense. It's a form of perversion. And because I said it was a form of perversion, and that my grandson had been there before on his own without visiting with me because he knew the environment, my video was taken down, people. Because they didn't like what I was suggesting. And I'm not the only one out there that suggests it. In terms of these child protective services trafficking children for pedophilia purposes. Or whatever these fucking people do. And because I was talking along those lines, they took down the video. They said it was inappropriate. To who? To the perpetrators, the ones that cause harm and injury and brain trauma for 8 people? Because they want to sustain themselves on the blood of people? Is that you?
Doing what?
Knocking.
No, that's SpongeBob playing on the couch.
Okay, so that's one video they took down. And then this lawsuit against Kbsp Bank, right? I did another video. This is what Kbsp Bank is protecting. And I read parts of their response with my opinion attached to it. They took that video down. They tried to take down the video with my son at the hospital challenging the social worker, how they went against my wishes and my family's wishes in regards to having that person who injured my daughter go into the room, right, as I'm pleading and begging and asking for everybody and anybody to do an investigation, and they're just letting him go in and out as he pleases, arguing with my son. And they tried to take down that video, right? But we have a right to record, people. We live in Canada. It falls under the Criminal Code of Canada. We're a party of those proceedings. And people need to know what the fuck is going on. And because of that, YouTube shadow bans my channel because they can't call me a conservative, an American conservative that, values family and not dressing up like a puppy and calling myself normal, right? I know the difference between a boy and a girl, and I'm not afraid to say it. Stuff like that, right? They shadow ban me. But it turns out that they're not only shadow banning me or whatever, but because I don't get a lot of views because of being shadow banned and censored, I'm sure, in part, right? They're converting my videos in a AV9 or AVC format, which blurs them automatically, and they do that supposedly to save bandwidth. It all has to do with file compression. So what I'm saying now this last video that I uploaded, there is absolutely no reason for it to look the way it looks right now in terms of uploading. Outside of YouTube fucking with it. It's enough I've had to put up with this shit for years. Ever since Uncle John went missing. And they do absolutely nothing to curb that. They don't help the creator or people like me to locate who these people are. Because I think personally, in some of these instances, it is the police and those types of people that are... Andre, just hold on, please. The cops don't want to get caught with facilitating the harvesting of organs illegally, okay? Will they ever be held to account? Probably not. I live in British Columbia, Canada. It's a large fucking network. They have a whole continent backing them up in terms of the police force, right? And they're not going to fucking hold the hospitals to account because it will just dry up the fucking money train, okay? But that doesn't stop me from talking about it or trying to expose it. But there are consequences to that, and shadow banning is one of them. Censorship is another one. Bringing my videos down to a quality that look like crap is another one, right? Because people, they don't want to watch crappy fucking videos. It's one thing, people, when I had that camera and I kept having to hit it, okay, because I couldn't afford to buy another camera. We all knew. But this other shit, I'm uploading. It looks fine on when I'm converting it over everything. I put it up on YouTube and it looks like it came out of the fucking garbage can. That's being done on purpose. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to correct that. I'm trying one method here, and that's why I'm doing this video right now, because I went into, what do you call it? I'll show you. I went into Classic Creator. See, here it's really nice. I like Classic Creator. You get the full title of your video. Simple. You get your views. You get how many comments, how many likes, and how many dislikes. And then when I want to print it out, right, so that when I get to court, certain periods, when the gangstalking gets really bad, it's starting to pick up again, you can see. Because what happens is the person comes in and just goes from video to video, video to video, all the way down, thumbing them down, and then they'll either come in with a fake user account from a different IP address, and they'll do it again, or they come in with their fucking friends. YouTube will do nothing to help you to solve that problem. Absolutely nothing. In part because I think part of it is YouTube staff, and I also think, people like me, the cops are monitoring, and they try and make it hard for you. Right? So, do you see this? I took one little trick from one of these channels to see if it makes a difference. I am trying to change the codecs, upload codecs. Okay? I'm going to take this video here. Okay, because this is important. If they're going to be blurring out it's bad enough I'm having a hard enough time doing this stuff with Shimei, but if they're going to be blurring out my videos on purpose, I'm going to show you right here. Do you see this? It's the AVC1. This is why my videos have been looking like crap. It doesn't even matter with the resolution. You change it to a 480, it doesn't change. Because YouTube is applying that to the video as it's being uploaded. And that's why these videos are looking like crap. Now, does that mean that every video that has this is YouTube's fault in terms of poor resolution? No, because I have been having some problems with some cameras. Now, I'm going to show you something else here. We're going to go to my channel. Right? Yeah, no, you see, you can't even, and that's another thing, I go to my channel, and sometimes my main page will come up, and sometimes it doesn't, in terms of, this is not, I don't know, it's like I have two different channels, or something, Oh my God. That's what happens when you work in dirt all the time. And live in a dusty house. See, I want to get into my channel here. I want to show you something. Good luck finding it, though. Right. Yeah, no, it's not coming up. It's stupid. Because what it is one of my videos is coming in at 720p, where the other ones are coming in at 480p, but yet at the same time, there we go. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Okay, I am going to show you. We'll bring this up. Where am I? Do you see that? Look at that. Now, why is it that YouTube is allowing this video to come in at these resolutions? Right? Let's see what Stats for Nerds is. There's that VP09. Okay, that is why this is coming in up in here. Okay? Why? Why did they choose this video to allow that to happen? But if I go into a different video, because these are the same cameras that I used to have, people. Right? It's the same camera. Okay? Same camera. Alright? Same camera.
It is.
Go up into here. The best I'm going to get is a 480. Right? When you go into stats, look at it. It's AVC1. And that is what blurs your videos. Because YouTube is picking the codecs for you. And if you don't have a lot of views, that's what they do. They give you the lower bandwidth by default. And they are altering. They're altering. You know what I'm saying. I'm tired. I was lifting bricks all day yesterday, people. Okay? They're changing the codecs in your video as you're uploading it. So now we know why my videos have been looking like crap. For the most part. And they're actually getting worse. But I am trying the little trick that other YouTubers have done to improve the video quality, but it appears you can only seem to do it with the Creator Classic, which comes out looking like this, in order to be able to do this. Right? This should turn it into a V, whatever it is, versus, right? This should bring it to the higher quality, okay? After it's done. Now, in the past, in the past, I have gone into my, because like I said, every now and then, I print out. Do you see? Do you see what's happening here, people? You can clearly see it here. Right? This is gangstalking that YouTube does nothing about. And I think, in part, I think the police have something to do with it. I do. Because, like I said, it never started until Uncle John went missing. Right? And then it exploded after that. And it got out of control. And YouTube did nothing about it. And that was because, see, This is what CIBC Bank is protecting. Video removed inappropriate content. Right? Violate community guidelines. Why? Because you talk about corporate corruption. Right? There's that, conservative, oh, we're not talking about bunny suits and makeup for men. I'm just being point blank about it, people, because that's pretty much what it boils down to. Right? Obviously, CIBC Bank employees or the cops were, trolling my shit. And they didn't like what I had to say there, right? Because if they would have done the right thing with Uncle John, Shimei would be alive today, people. Right? She wouldn't have went into deep depression and made bad choices. She would have went to college and would have been a nurse today. But again, they don't need nurses trained in British Columbia, Canada, because they're bringing in all these immigrant nurses. Hold on. Bringing in all these immigrant nurses that are protected by the corrupt union senior staff, because these immigrant nurses will do as they're told. They will not question it. Whereas if Shimei would have, got educated and ended up in a hospital setting and got wind of that they were embalming people illegally and fucking around with families like they fucked with mine, she would have blew a gasket and she would have spoke out about it. And they knew that just by her type of character. So they didn't need her, people. They didn't want her. Right? And because CIBC Bank is trying to avoid what they did with Uncle John, right? In general, they're not going to want the truth to get out there. Right? So anyway, what I'm saying is, the problem that I've had with YouTube has been like a long time. So this video quality crap, I don't know what's going to happen, because I listened to a YouTuber that said, he bought the best of cameras, the best of editor programs, bought a new computer, did everything he was supposed to do in terms of bringing the technology up to par, and none of it worked. The only thing that worked was bringing it to that V something codex, and that's what I'm trying to do with my last upload, to see if that corrects that. But I'm just wondering if YouTube is going to phase out that ability for people to be able to enhance their videos to that codex, because I think YouTube is like a psyop, like a black ops site. It's not a free public forum. It's not. And they don't protect the people that are being preyed upon, never mind the ones that are outspoken about it, like myself. Because they want you to suffer in silence, right? People who abuse people want you to suffer in silence. They don't want your voice to get out there. They don't want you to be heard. They don't want people to see, right? So they do things to oppress you, okay? And YouTube participates in that process, because it's been too many fucking years with the same freaking problems, right? I have watched people do videos that get 1,000 views, and all they're doing is eating bacon and making toast and talking about their haul from Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, it's not anything of substance. Nothing. Absolutely nothing of substance. And, it doesn't make, to me, it just, it goes back to that bunny suit and makeup for men, right? As long as you talk nonsense, you are nonsense, you're nothing about fucking nonsense, you'll be successful. Because then you allow the criminals in the community to continue doing what they do, people. Right? Because you got your tail up your fucking ass, shaking in the background, hoping that they won't pick you next. Let me tell you something. Shmay was not the first person to be illegally embalmed after her organs were taken out behind everybody's back. And she won't be the last one. Right? So, I'm working out. The point of this video is I am really trying hard with the best of what I've got in terms of, you know, equipment and programs to, you know, provide better quality videos, people. It doesn't matter if I'm in the yard. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about this. It doesn't matter if I'm doing pictures on Shmay. Whatever it is, I'm trying. But YouTube is sabotaging me. Okay? This one is a little more generic because I'm not the only one struggling with this resolution problem. But when you factor in shadow banning and you know, deleting videos because corporations and police are coming in and taking down videos because they don't like what you're fucking saying, because they want it fucking hidden in the dark, right? They want to keep, you know, they want you to suffer in silence. They don't want the truth to be exposed, right? You know? I mean, obviously that's going to affect your viewership, right? You know? So anyway, I guess that's all I'm trying to say right now, right? I'm on it. I'm trying to fix this problem. So anyway, where are we? Yeah. This was in February of 2019, so John was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 5 years later, same shit still fucking happening, right? So for 5 years, I've been putting up with this crap. When you get into more of Uncle John's stuff, you'll see the 18, 19 thumbs down at one time. YouTube did nothing about it, absolutely nothing. Because they encourage it, as far as I'm concerned. Right? We're just dumbing down society. That's all. Right? It's just another public union sector tactic to dumb down society and keep them controlled. That's all it is. Okay, so I don't know if this is done processing. Where was it? Must be done. I don't see it anymore. So let's see. Let's see if it made a difference. Sorry. Oh, God. Maybe it must be done. It doesn't say it's processing anymore. Right? And if you notice, right, where's my introduction thing there with the kids? It's not even there. Why? How many pages do I have? I'd like to know. I've never been able to figure that one out. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do, people. I mean, look how many times you have to click just to get to the fucking video. Like it's stupid.
Okay, people, so now it is October
Let's see
2nd,
if this changed.
2019.
Nope.
I'm outside.
It didn't change, people. It's the same.
I drop. Work until you drop.
So what did I do? Did I exit out of something? Do you see? This is what I mean. YouTube is going backwards. YouTube is going backwards. So... there's your classic creator. See, most people now just use phones. They do lives. So they don't have to think about this stuff. They take it for granted. Okay, so now we're going to try this again because it's obvious it didn't convert over. If you go into here, you go into enhancements. Maybe I exit out too soon.
Okay, people, so now it is October.
All right. All you have to do, technically, is push save. Apparently. Or but this all shit's being phased out anyway, people. Oops. Because people have caught on to what YouTube has done.
Okay, people,
Okay,
so now it is
they're catching on to what YouTube is doing to their videos. So now YouTube is trying to be one step ahead. Now we push save in place. This might take a while. While edits are processed, users will continue to see the current version in the video. So we're going to do that again. We want Creative Studio. I don't like this new shit that they've got going on. You have to click 50 times over just to get to what you want. There we are again. I'm just going to leave this page up and we're going to see what happens with it. Currently, it's still in an AVC, which makes the video resolution look like crap. It's being done on purpose. Whether YouTube is trying to save on bandwidth and are sucker punching the lower channels with lower views, and it's just another form of censorship, which I think it is, especially for channels like myself that talk about very serious issues that the public union sector doesn't want brought to the attention of the public, right? And my son, the other day, my older son, he wants the police to investigate the police as to how they failed to investigate Shimei's murder. But we know that's not going to happen, people, right? If anything, the only thing that's going to happen out of that is just going to be a lot of gangstalking. I think that's what's going to end up happening here. I think the closer we get to the truth, in terms of people start to really see it for what, I mean, we're at the truth. We are at the truth. But the more people start to see it, like in terms of numbers, I think you're going to see the gangstalking pick up, right? And that's the cycle of abuse, though. That's how abuse works. They want you to suffer in silence. By any means necessary, even if it means blurring out your videos so that when somebody comes along and clicks it, they don't want to watch it, right? Because they're so used to high definition on the fly when it comes to putting on makeup on a boy's face or putting on a bunny suit and telling the world that you're a rabbit.